Hello, I'm the official name raider. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking at Paldean Wooper and Clodsire. We've already covered Johto version of Wooper and Quagsire before. That video will stay up, it will not be unlisted or anything. Check out the Johto playlist, Water playlist, Ground playlist, you'll find them in there. But this is strictly for the Paldean version, kind of like how we did with Obstagoon. You know what? I'm okay with it. Food-based nicknames are fine. I mean, I'm not going to say I agree with it, and personally, if I saw that as an eclair, I don't know if I would eat it. I don't like my food to have faces, that's just me. But I also remember a friend who, she described Quilava, shiny Quilava, as looking like an eclair. So, not the first time I've seen it technically, but I'm alright with it. Muddy Buddy is another food-based nickname. We can highlight that one too. Now, I'm not saying this is a good nickname, because it's not. Either this or what I'm about to say, but reading this kind of made me think of Blabelda from Banjo-Tooie. That's the fatty witch Gruntilda's sister. She had the cat. I suppose maybe it'd be better on like Per Ugly or something like that, but that's just what reading that made me think of. I guess food-based nicknames are the theme with Clodsire. Again, I don't look at Clodsire and think hungry, but okay, sure, why not? Okay, so I wanted to highlight this comment because he kind of talks about the original Quagsire nickname, which was one that I felt like was the only real highlight of that episode, and even then I'm not really strong about it. Was the best suggestion we came across for Quagsire was Glowbox, based off the Rayman series. And in this one, he's trying to tie that in with Rayman again, which I think is a smart idea. If you can, parallel it in the same way that I did like Blofeld and Bigglesworth for Kanto and Alolan Persian. Lacmac, on the other hand, brings up that, which I think is personally hilarious. It's in Canada. But if you scroll down a little bit, you can see this. So I'm going to click on this. I don't know what the fuck this looks like. This guy, apparently. Alright, well, yeah, there's that. I don't know. I'm not too strong in either one, but, I mean, points for at least trying to connect the parallels. I guess my problem is just I'm not a huge Rayman guy. I like the idea of Rayman. I think it's cool, but, I don't know. I never really invested myself too much into it. More food-based nicknames for Clodsire because everyone just looks at Clodsire and thinks about eating it. The difference is French toast does not resemble Clodsire. I understand Eclair. I understand Muddy Buddy. Those make sense. I don't understand French toast. Mud Pie also makes sense. Mudslide could work as well. I feel like we might have seen Mudslide or talked about it maybe in the Mudsdale episodes. I don't know, but that one feels familiar to me. I always got to make fun of shit like this because it's a huge pet peeve. If you're going to do acronyms, you have to put a period at the end of it. In other words, you put cute, lovable, oatfish, D. Because the D doesn't stand for anything if you don't put a fucking period! Anyway, looking at that kind of made me think of the Flood. So I feel like if it was 2 Ds, I would like that name a little bit better. But I have to rant because this shit pisses me off all the time. I see people put that shit all the time. Rest in P. There's a song. It's like Violence Against Nature, except they don't put the period at the end. So it's Violence Against N. Fuck off! Maybe it was because I just saw the word Muppet next to Clodsire, so my brain subliminally put those two together. But just the idea of naming Clodsire Muppet was strangely interesting to me. Gumby is a nickname I don't feel like we've seen in a long time. And I'm totally fine with the idea of that as a nickname or even references to the Gumby series. I think that'd be cool ideas. I was thinking about the horse, what's his name, Toledo, I think, or he just says Holy Toledo. But I'm okay with that. I just don't think it would be great for Clodsire. And just in case you don't remember, Gumby's in a metal band. Now, we've seen plenty of Avatar-based nicknames in the past. Boomy's actually one we've never seen before. This would be the first time. I don't have a problem with it, but I don't know if I like it on Clodsire. I feel like if I were to pick something for Boomy, it would be something gemstone related because of the whole edible rock candy thing that he does with the rings. That's my first thought. And as far as Pokemon like that, I mean, Geodude technically because it's a rock with shiny insides. Sableye who eats it, or even, weirdly enough, Glamora. But there's probably better choices out there, I just don't know it. See, as I've been looking at infinite fucking food things, I'm gonna go ahead and just say this now. Eclair is easily the most popular nickname, but like Cocoa Puff, that's not a bad idea either. But I feel like if you're gonna do Cocoa Puff, we should put it on a bird. A brown bird. Find a nice brown bird. We can have, oh my gosh, could you fucking build a team based off of cereal mascots? You could do like Zoroark could be Cookie Crisp, and then you got Cinderace the Tricks Rabbit. I suppose which one would be better? Flapple maybe? Flapple or Hydrapple could be like Apple Jacks. See, this to me is what's more interesting as a competitive team. Trying to take a stupid idea like that and make that work, rather than everybody else copy and pasting the same team, same moveset, same abilities. All you guys need to step your shit up. Start making cereal-based teams, and you'll have me invested. I think it was during the what was it? It was the Glamora episode when we saw Velvet Blue for Glamora, and I thought about, just the idea of like what's in Resident Evil 4 that would work as nicknames. And Del Lago's not a bad choice. I don't know, I feel like you could argue a case for or against Clodsire. I feel like it should be for a water Pokemon or something more, I don't know, something a little bit different, but I also understand the logic with Clodsire. So I'm for that one. I just feel like maybe there's something else better out there that would work. It's not a bad choice. Like a brown Walrein maybe, or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to reluctantly highlight Slime Ball, not because I think it's a good nickname, but because it's a thing that people say. You slime ball, like things like that. That's going to be more like maybe 1960s, 1970s kind of insults, but like I feel like I could kind of overlook that a little bit. I think maybe doing something like that for Muck would be a better choice, but I don't entirely hate the idea. We saw Sick Ness recently. This is another one of Ranker. Just everything on here sucks ass, but just for the sake of that name being, I don't know, maybe like a 4 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, we'll highlight it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Dirty Dan is a SpongeBob joke that's actually could kind of work. It's like Mystery the Seahorse, and I feel like Dirty Dan could work specifically well also for like Mudsdale, because that's not exactly too far off as far as the name of like a racehorse. So that one is going to be one of the few SpongeBob jokes that I think I'm willing to let go. Okay, what's the bottom? This last few, this one's in the middle. But these two don't really have shit to do with anything. This one's just Synesty and Poltergeist, which it says Pokemon Masters, but you click on it, it's Pokemon Go. So, like, there's all sorts of lies with this. Thanks, Facebook. And everything else we clicked on and looked at. I'm kind of surprised there was actually quite a plentiful amount of stuff for Clodsire. I feel like way more than Quagsire, honestly. But again, the theme with Clodsire was just food. Do you like food? Everybody likes food. You know what else people like? Eating Clodsire. Don't worry about Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd aren't eating anymore. Now people are eating this guy. They look at that, they say, yup, want to put it in my mouth. We're going to go ahead and go over the highlights first, which were Eclair, Muddy Buddy. I feel like those were like, Eclair was infinitely the top choice. Muddy Buddy was not a bad one. I don't mind that. And then Del Lago I liked. I thought that one was pretty good. I also saw the reply to the Del Lago one where he's like, imagine a mod of Resident Evil 4, but instead of Del Lago, it's Clodsire. And I'm like, I can't tell if that'd be hilarious or more horrifying. Comment suggestions, we have Lumpy after the Dr. Mario 64 stage. Lumpy actually, because I saw Lump on the very first Reddit thread, and I thought about talking about this, but chose to overlook it. So I'm okay with it a little bit. Like, it's not a good name, because Lumpy itself is a bad name, but I like the idea, Like, if Lumpy had a better name than Lumpy, sure, I'd be all about this nickname. But because he's named that, I don't particularly like it. Gloop after Bubble Gloop Swamp. I don't mind that. I think maybe... I'm trying to think on a way to do this. I feel like maybe naming it Bubble Gloop for Quagsire, because they could, bubble water, you get it? And then if you could find a way to do a Banjo Tooie counterpart for Clodsire, I think that would be interesting. Because I'm thinking about the Quagmire area at the end of the game. But it's like, that's Grunny Industries and Cauldron Keep, so I'm not really sure how you could do that. But if there was a way to do that, I think that would be pretty cool. Goop sounds like poop. I did see a lot of poop on there, just highlighting that. I didn't care for it there. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I think if I were to pick something out of this list, Del Lago is probably the one I would go with, just because I think that's an interesting choice. But yeah, that's it. Any other ideas and suggestions you have, feel free to put in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones you think are good. Let us know what you'd use or recommend. The Quagsire episode is out there as well. You can take a look at that one if you want to look at how that episode looked out. Try and keep the comments focused on Clodsire. Put the Quagsire comments on the Quagsire. It should go without saying, but just in case, I'm elaborating that for you.